This is not a challenge. This is not going to be a challenge, my gorgeous Sagittarini. This is going to be something completely different. What is actually going to take place right at the beginning of this week. So yes, you will be thinking this is some kind of a challenge. You are, my gorgeous Sagittarini, are going to face this challenge right at the beginning of this week. This challenge is like, oh my God, going to really surprise you. This challenge is going to come up completely out of blue, literally. But you need to understand one thing. My gorgeous Sagittarini, I really need you to understand this. You are going to be facing some kind of a problem at the beginning of this week. You are going to be facing some kind of a challenge at the beginning of this week. But this is not a problem. This is not a challenge at all. Okay? In fact, this is something completely different. This so-called challenge, this so-called problem, this so-called issue, which you are going to be facing right at the beginning of this week, it's really going to surprise you like there is no tomorrow. As I said, it's going to happen completely out of blue. But at the same time, it's really going to be required from you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, to respond to this like so immediately, to respond to this like really urgently. And I don't want this to put you off whatsoever. So the bottom line is that this challenge, which you're going to have at the beginning of this week, it's not a challenge. This in itself, it's going to be the beginning of a really big transformation of your life. Okay, it's not a challenge, but it's actually the beginning of a big transformation in your life. What you need to understand is that through that particular challenge, within the next few weeks, there is going to be an opportunity which you are going to have. And this particular opportunity which you are going to have within the next few weeks, it's like, oh my God, if you become aware of this opportunity now, you would be like, no, baby, no. It wouldn't mean anything to you, okay? But it needs to pass few weeks after this moment in time, after this point, as soon as you respond to this challenge, as soon as you take this challenge seriously, as soon as you make the first step when it comes to this challenge, your life is going to start changing. Whether you believe this or not, my gorgeous Sagittarini, now it's time to open your gorgeous little mind and believe this. You better believe this because it's happening. So it's going to seem like a challenge, but within the next few weeks, my God, the biggest surprise of your life, something completely like incredible is going to come out of it. And within the next few weeks, not only this is already going to start to transform your life, but it's going to happen in a way where you are going to come across certain things you would never come across. You are going to realize certain things you would never other realize. And this in itself, it's about to open a new door for you. So the new door are about to open. This new door are going to change your life immediately. This is what you need to understand, because almost immediately, instantly, you will kind of start focusing on this, because you're about to rediscover a lost part of yourself as well through that particular challenge. So by the time a few weeks pass, and it's going to happen, boom, like so quickly, in a few weeks, you're going to be like a completely different person. And I know it sounds crazy. And this is what's going to happen. Like within the next few weeks, there is going to be this opportunity. This opportunity is going to be mind blowing because, as I said, these few weeks in between are going to be ever so important. There is so much you're going to realize, so much you're going to find out. Oh my God, one of the biggest turning points of your entire life, baby, of your entire life. So this is the first time in your life that within just few weeks, your new life is about to begin. But within just few weeks, there is so much which is going to change. But I'm talking about the things within yourself, the things you know, the things you realize, within the last few years about yourself and about everything, about the world in general. Everything is going to start making sense, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and everything is going to be pointing towards a certain direction. This is absolutely brilliant. And the whole thing, the way I find it, why I find all this like so amazing is because even if you try to guess what this opportunity is going to be right now, oh my God, you can try, baby. You're never going to guess. And this is why all this is going to be so wonderful. This is why all this is going to be so magical. Oh my God, you're going to tap into something, my gorgeous Sagittarini, you've never tapped into before. Okay? And you're going to realize, I've never kind of tried this before. I've never done this before. And by the time you get that amazing opportunity within the next few weeks, you're going to realize that what are you doing right now, and what are you focusing on, and what means to you so much, and what are you trying to do, and what are you trying to achieve. One of the biggest plans of your life. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to get? You will realize that without this opportunity, it wouldn't be working out whatsoever. Oh my God, do you see how amazing this is actually going to be? My gorgeous Sagittarini, absolutely brilliant. I have to say to you that this is on one hand going to make you feel really, really happy. So first of all, that challenge that you're going to be dealing with, at the beginning of this week, you see, this is like the festival is going to feel like a challenge. But very soon after, you're going to start feeling really good, because this is where your intuition is going to start taking over. Just remember that I said that as soon as you do something about that challenge, as soon as you make the first move, you're going to find yourself in a very, very interesting waters, my gorgeous Sagittarini. And your intuition is also going to take over. So now suddenly this challenging situation, it's going to become a very, very interesting situation indeed. Okay? And that in itself, it's like a really going to have such a beneficial impact on your life when it comes to your intuition. So your intuition, it's already going to be kind of guiding you through all this. So you are going to surprise yourself that you're dealing with this kind of a challenge here at the beginning of this week. But as soon as you make this first move, as soon as you do something like the first move when it comes to that challenge, you will realize something. And this in itself, it's really a lot to do with your intuition, guiding you. Your spirit is guiding you. So you will know that you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. I mean, this is going to lead towards your own, like, ultimate happiness. So you're going to become extremely determined, and extremely confident when it comes to that challenge. So first of all, you're going to be like, no, baby, no. But then suddenly you're going to become extremely confident about that challenge as well. And I know that there is going to be an element when you're going to like kind of still worry. When it comes to this challenge, you're still going to, right at the beginning, listen to me very carefully. I know I'm on about challenge. It is just so important for you to take this on. As soon as you kind of go through with that challenge, as soon as you make the first step, first move, as soon as you do something, when it comes to that challenge, you will see something really remarkable is going to happen immediately. And there is going to be a really specific sign which you are going to have. And this particular sign which you're going to have, it's going to happen at around the time when you see numbers 333, 222, and 111 repeating. Any combination of these numbers, it's really kind of going to be a guiding light right now. And you need to understand, if you do come across these numbers, very soon after that moment in time, there is going to be a very important information that you are actually going to receive. And that important information, as soon as you become aware of these numbers, it's going to seem like you've got ages to deal with or ages to do, or it's going to seem like, oh, you can take your time. No, baby, no. No, baby, no. When you come across these numbers, there is going to be an important information which you're going to have. And these numbers are there to guide you, to make you aware of the fact that you don't have much time when it comes to this. You need to do something immediately. You need to kind of respond to something immediately. And this is why these numbers are going to appear. But it's also a sign that you are on the right path. You're doing the right thing. Yes, you are going to be worrying a little bit still at the beginning of this week, but the moment moment in time you worry, you just need to focus on, how much you want to change your life. You need to focus on also things that have been making you feel so unhappy for a while, and things that you have felt unsatisfied with for a while. So if you kind of start feeling a little bit worried, like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, blah, 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 then just kind of remember the certain things that you have felt so uncomfortable with, in your life. And this is going to give you an opportunity to move on. So this is why this is going to be so important, and this is all going to be ridiculously rewarding, trust me. Or listen to me very carefully, my gorgeous Sagittarini. This particular this, you are going to find all of this. I'm not talking about the challenge, but I'm talking about what's going to happen with that opportunity within the next few weeks. You see, you need to understand that by the end of the actual September 2024, you are going to have a remarkable news, amazing message, amazing realization, which you're going to find so rewarding. This is to do in terms of finances. In terms of finances, you're going to find this ridiculously rewarding, my gorgeous Sagittarini, because by the time September 2024 comes to an end, I know that you're going to be able to not financially reward yourself. No, you will be able to buy something for yourself, to reward yourself through your own finances. So I do know that financially this is going to be extremely beneficial for you indeed. Another thing I was going to mention, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's the little problem here with somebody. At around the midweek, you will have a bit of a intense conversation with somebody who is like one of the main people in your life, whether this is your partner, whether this is your child, but something is really going to be getting on your nerves. Someone is like kind of spending money, or someone is wasting money, and you're not going to feel really happy about it. You're not going to be happy about it whatsoever. And you know what? This is going to be a concern, that somebody who is in your life, whether this is your child, whether this is your partner, whether this is your family member, but you are absolutely 100% right. Somebody is like really wasting money. And this is what, there is something that you're going to find out, and you're going to be like, oh my God, you're going to be a little bit like kind of upset, because somebody's going to do something with the money, and you're going to be like, oh my God, why did you do this? And then you're going to realize that one specific person in your life is misusing money. And you're absolutely right to sit down and have a chat or have a discussion with that person. It's very important. This discussion is going to end up like that person being a little bit upset, but the bottom line doesn't matter. The bottom line is that you are going to put your point across. You are doing the right thing, and this is going to be brilliant. And I do know that there is also somebody who you're going to be talking after that, somebody very smart, very clever, very intelligent, somebody who you know, and somebody who is in your life. And that particular person is going to say to you that you did the right thing by talking about that particular problem, that particular issue with that person in your life. You did absolutely the right thing. But there is an additional advice that wonderful person is actually going to give you. And I would definitely follow this. I would definitely follow this. And an additional advice when it comes to all this situation. So if you do kind of think that somebody is maybe misusing money, my gorgeous Sagittarini, I'm sorry, but you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So you do kind of need to really do something about it. And even if that person gets upset, it doesn't matter. You are going to do the right thing. And this is going to have an amazing outcome, actually. That particular person, it's going to be able to learn from you and maybe realize something. Maybe that particular person who was misusing money, maybe they have just been like ignorant a little bit. Maybe this is like a bit of a younger person, or maybe that particular person is also like kind of misusing money, like maybe for certain things that they can't help themselves with, and they need to keep on buying. I don't know how else to say it, but either way, you are most certainly doing the right thing, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Very important indeed. And also, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, fantastic. I really like this. Something it's really going to work in your favor. There is something that you were so paranoid about. There is something that you were so petrified about. There is something that you were waiting, something to be decided for you. And this is going to be brilliant because something is going to be decided in your favor, whether this is to do with some kind of court case, whether this is to do with some kind of legal stuff, whether this is to do with just like really important decision, like really important decision, but some kind of important decision is going to be made in your favor at around the midweek. And this is gonna really kind of make you feel so good, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and are going to be really, really happy, because as soon as you become aware of it, you basically, the problem is that you were worrying about for a while. So you will be able to relax, you will be able to chill out. But there is also something very interesting about yourself that you are going to realize at around that time through that process. That process made you realize something about yourself. That process is going to make you realize about something that you're so excellent at, something that you're so brilliant at. And this is something that you should actually start considering, maybe taking on the next level as well. This is brilliant. You see, every situation brings something, and this is almost like your karmic reward, to be quite honest with you, because this is to do with something which you've been waiting for quite a while. Bless your heart, because you had to deal with so many other things. I take my hat off to you. So this must have been hard. I know that this actually did bring quite big pressure into your life. So this is why you're going to have this lovely karmic reward, where you are something really special about yourself. It's actually going to be highlighted, some kind of a skill. But this is completely different to everything else you do and everything else you have done. But this is going to make you feel really kind of good about yourself. It's going to be like a food for thoughts. It's going to make you feel really good for you, good about yourself, and you're going to elevate yourself through that as well. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, at around the midweek, something is going to be offered to you. There is something very important which is going to be offered to you, and some kind of offer, very interesting offer. Something is going to be offered to you, and you're really going to like it. Some kind of opportunity, or an offer, or some kind of chance, from somebody really kind of wonderful, from somebody really nice. And this person is a really beautiful person in so many different ways, who's going to offer this to you. And this person has got a beautiful heart as well. There is something so mesmerizing about this particular person here. I really like this person. I'm just trying to help you to understand who this is. So this beautiful person, very gentle soul, is going to offer something to you. And this is like, oh, this is really going to, oh, really? This is really going to surprise you. This is how you're going to react. But there is something that is going to be putting you off when it comes to it, because you will know that what that person offered to you, it's fantastic, it's brilliant, it's really going to blow you away, it's really going to surprise you. But what's going to be offered to you, again, the elements of you, oh God, this is going to take absolute ages. I'm going to have to prepare. You must not allow that to put you off. Okay? Do not allow this to put you off. Like, this is going to take a long time, or it's going to be a hard work, or you need to prepare for this. You need to make too many changes in your life. No, baby, no. You need to grab this, whatever is going to be offered to you, and run with it on miles. No, run with it, but you know what I mean. You really need to understand that this is like this is going to be like an integral part of all this, happening, an integral part of your spiritual journey. What is actually going to be offered to you here, it's like instantly going to help you to, you're instantly going to adjust your life. You're instantly going to make a really important adjustment as soon as you take this seriously. But this is going to require from you to make a really, really important decision. This is the problem, because it's not only about hard work and how you're going to need to prepare for this for a long time, but the bottom line is that you are going to need to make a really important decision here. A really important decision. And that particular decision is going to be good, because it's to do with the promotion of your own life. This I can put it in such a way where, it's to do with your life in general, and this is definitely something that you should do. And this is gonna really, what is gonna be offered to you, what is gonna be offered to you, it's also like kind of gonna work out for you so nicely, because you will be able to keep things traditional in your life. On one hand, you will be able to do something that you wanted to do in absolute ages, but you're also going to be able to keep things traditional when it comes to your life indeed. Not that long after that moment in time, there is going to be an important message when it comes to some kind of a progress in your life. An important message when it comes to some kind of a progress in your life. This in itself, it's something you've been waiting for, and this in itself, it's something that you've been expecting, but it's actually going to happen with an element of surprise, because something is happening here much sooner and much earlier than what you actually originally thought. So when you become aware of this progress, after something is offered to you, maybe day or two later, you're gonna have this message, and you will become aware of this progress. But this is something that you have been working on, this progress, and it's something that you have been waiting for. Something did take a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter. This is going to be a lovely progress. But then again, at the same time, when you become aware of this progress, you just need to kind of also, when it comes to that, you need to kind of, you're almost immediately going to be, something is immediately going to remind you of your childhood. Something is immediately going to remind you of a time from a long time ago again. And you will be reminded of this specific person again from your childhood, just like that, out of blue again. You will be reminded of this specific person in your childhood, somebody who is no longer here, somebody who is in the spirit world, somebody who died, but somebody who was like kind of, in a way, like, or somebody who was kind of, an integral part of your childhood, for example, an integral part of your life back then and for a while after. But the bottom line is, when you remember that particular person, it's not so much about that particular person, but it's more about which situation you're going to be reminded of, which situation involving this person you will be reminded of. And here suddenly, boom, your eyes are going to open, and you will see what you didn't see before. You will see how many possibilities are going to be connected to this, like, progress that you became aware of. There are certain possibilities connected to this as well that you didn't know, and now this is going to become obvious. My gorgeous Sagittarini, your life is going to become very interesting here. There is going to be so much on your mind, but listen, do not let that put you off whatsoever. It's one of those situations, the more you take on and the more you're open minded towards things, the more powerful you're actually going to become. So this in itself, it's playing an important role, not when it comes to you just taking lots of things on, but when it comes to you speeding things up in your life by not even realizing. So on one hand, it's going to seem like, oh my god, there's so much is going on, so much is happening, but then on another hand, what you're not going to know and what you're not going to be aware of is one absolutely mental crazy thing. The more you take on, the more you're open-minded towards everything that happens this week, the more you're going to speed everything up. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to remember. Otherwise, things can become kind of a little bit too much, too stressed, and then we start to overanalyze, and then, no, baby, no. So this is what I need you to remember. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Sagittarini, oh my goodness, you know that you're going to feel a bit like, you're going to feel like you want to be by yourself. You're going to feel like you want to kind of, you're going to feel extremely spiritual, actually, at around the last part of this week. You're going to feel extremely spiritual. You will feel and sense things, and you will be thinking how intuitive Yeah, it's working. Hallelujah. You will be thinking, just checking my microphone. You will be thinking how into, I'm not used to it. Yeah, you will be thinking how intuitive you're actually going to feel. And a couple of things going to be on your mind in terms of spirituality. You will have a couple of flashbacks, something that you used to do like an absolute ages ago in terms of spirituality, something that you were doing like absolute ages ago. You're going to have a couple of very interesting flashbacks, and these flashbacks are also playing an important role as well when it comes to your own awakening. And it's not only about that. You will feel like you want to be by yourself. You will feel like you want to be on your own. And what I really want you to understand, what I need you to understand, my gorgeous Sagittarini, at around the end of this week, you need to meditate. Please, whatever you consider meditation, this meditation to be, whatever you see meditation as. Maybe some people can just lie down, chill out, relax a little bit, and that's a meditation. Maybe you've got the whole thing like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this mantra, blah blah blah. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe you're gonna lie down and just connect to your spirit guides or to your angels. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe you're gonna lie down and just think about relaxing every single part of your body and meditate that way. Thinking about relaxing every single part of your body with your mind, and you are literally doing it. Whatever you consider meditation to be, I suggest you to meditate and turn inward, my gorgeous Sagittarini, in order to discover your soul's desire. This is like more important than you can possibly imagine. But it's not only about that. There is something which is going to happen. There is like, some kind of wisdom, something very, very wise is going to happen. Some kind of wisdom you will receive, this insight. And like that, you see, do you understand what I mean? And this insight which you are going to receive is going to make you aware of what exactly are you over analyzing. What exactly are you over analyzing, my gorgeous Sagittarini? And this is why this is so important for you to understand what exactly you're over analyzing. But you're also going to realize that you are pretending that there is no problem somewhere where is. Yeah, this is what you're going to realize. I know it's very deep, but this is so important. This is so important, so you can liberate yourself, you can free yourself, you know. And also, my gorgeous Sagittarini, at around the end of this week, what are you going to discover? It's really going to like kind of be so important. What are you going to discover? It's like going to answer huge, massive question when it comes to you being so indecisive about when it comes to making a certain sacrifice or not, and what are you going to discover is going to help you to see things in a completely different light. And here you are going to realize that maybe you've made too many sacrifices and you do not need to make any sacrifice whatsoever. But this big answer that you're going to have, it's also going to open your eyes, and it's going to help you to see things in a completely different light. And suddenly you're going to feel really proud of yourself. You're going to be thinking about something that you achieved, and this is absolutely brilliant. You're going to be thinking about something really specific that you achieved, and this is going to like really kind of going to make you feel really courageous when it comes to you understanding that you are going to need to kind of sort this problem out with somebody else, somebody in your life whom you had a problem and difficulties with, and somebody who's maybe like really stroppy and not really nice. But fire you don't put out with fire. with the fire. Fire you do not put out with the fire. If people are really, really rude, I always give them so much love, and then they just don't know what to do with it, and then they just melt, and then everything is changed. The whole the situation is transformed, basically. So here you're also going to realize, and this is going to be quite important, because you will want to solve that problem, solve that issue in between you and somebody else, somebody who you had a problem with, a row with, an argument with. You will realize, and this is so mature, still there. This is so mature from you, my gorgeous Sagittarini, and you're gonna realize, that you want to sort something out with somebody, some kind of a problem, some kind of argument or a row or very negative situation that you've been through with somebody, and you will realize that you have to be as diplomatic as you possibly can, and that's how you're gonna sort this problem, and the big massive burden is going to come to an end. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. I love you. Bye.